All right, so welcome back to another day of the 100-day design challenge with Xpress-Pixels. And today we'll be designing a bring a friend to church flyer. Okay. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick my dimensions. I'm going to be working with this today, 1024 by 1024. Okay, let me put it in pixels. Okay, this is the dimension in pixels, 29. Let me put it in 1024. 1024 by 1024. 1024. All right. Okay. All right. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be importing my background. Okay. So I'm going to be using a white background for today. So I'm going to select a solid white background. All right. And okay. Now the next thing I want to do is import my. Okay. Before I do that, I'm just going to. Okay. I'm going to be importing my resources now. So I'm just going to go to my. That's my 3D objects. These are I have my resources. All right, so I'm going to just import some pictures of church. I'm going to import these. I'm going to import this. Sorry, I'm going to import this. I'm going to import this, and then I'm going to import this. I'm supposed to use. I'm going to make use of this for images. I'm going to drag this and drop inside of Photoshop. Good. So let me reduce this. All right. So this is the first image. So I'm going to take this, place this here. All right. So this second one, I'm going to drag, reduce this. I'm just going to place this here. All right, so the third one, I'm just going to reduce this. I'm going to place this here. All right, so let me reduce this a bit. And then the last one, I'm just going to reduce this and I'm going to place this here. So let me just reduce this. All right, so what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to take this image, drag, merge all of them. I'm going to convert it to smart object. Okay. All right, so let me increase this a bit. So I'm just going to come here. I'm just going to select. I want everything to stop at this point here. So I'm going to, once I've gone to this point, I'm going to click and then I'm going to separate it. So I'm going to click this create layer, a layer mask. All right, so that's good. Let me also convert to smart object. Good. So now the next thing I want to do is I want to reduce the opacity of this. So I'm just reduce the opacity, reduce, drag, 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 reduce the opacity of this, reduce, reduce, reduce. All right, so that's good. That's good. That's good. So now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to import my main image I'm be using. So this is it here for invite a friend. All right, so let me reduce this a bit. All right, this is good. So to my image here, I'm just going to go to my. I'm going to come here, go to stroke, okay, and then I'm going to increase the stroke. I want to add a stroke to it, a white stroke. Let me just increase the stroke. All right, this is good. Okay, let me increase it a bit. All right, this is good. Okay, let me increase this. Increase. Okay, so this is good. This is okay. So I'm going to take my shape tool here. I'm just going to draw behind this. I'm going to paint it white. Instead of doing that, okay, so what I'm going to do, this image at the back here, I'm just going to drag them. I want them to come down a bit. Good, good, good. That's good. All right, so the next thing I want to do now is I'm going to add my logos. Okay, let me see, bring this down a bit. So I'm just going to go to my file where I have my sources, and I'm going to add the logo. So let me just pick this and then maybe this. Now note these logos I'm adding, they are just for educational purposes only. They don't actually mean anything particular. Okay, so I'm just using it for my design. All right, so this logo I'm adding here. Okay, let me start with this one first. Let me add this one. Let me just reduce this and add this here. All right, let me do the same with this. So let me just take my tool and then select the white. So I'm going to separate this and control I to invert. Okay. So then I'm just going to do, I'm just going to press Ctrl I. Good. So let me reduce this. Right, then let me just convert this to a small object. I'm going to right click and then I'm going to convert to a small object. So let me just reduce this and then I'm going to place this right beside here. Good. All right, next thing I want to do, I'm going to go to my shape tool here again. I'm just going to draw down. I want to add a line here to demarcate this. Okay, the black is okay. And then I'm just going to add probably the name of the fellowship or name of the church. So I'm going to go to my text tool and then I'm going to just add, let's say, the Chapel of Grace International. All right, so let me set this back to normal 0. All right, let me change the font. Terminal, yes, okay. So let me just pick this terminal. All right, so let me reduce this. All right, so now the next thing I want to do is, let me duplicate this. I want to add something else. Okay, let's say I want to add Dominion. Okay, something like Dominion District. So let me just duplicate this right under here. I'm just going to add the word. So Dominion District. All right, let me select this and then let me just reduce. Sorry, let me just reduce the weight of this. Let me pick regular. All right, so let me centralize this. I'm just going to take this drag and drop right in the center here. Let me reduce it. All right, so that's good. So now the next thing I want to add is, so I'm going to add the next thing, bring a friend this Sunday. So I'm going to take my text tool and then I'm going to type out the word bring a. So BRING, bring a friend. This. Then the word Sunday. Alright, so I'm going to select all of these. I'm going to, the space in between them is too much. So I'm just going to take this and put this in auto. Okay. Now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to, let me increase it. Just alright, so let me change the weight. Let me just put it at heavy. Alright. So now what I'm going to do here is, for to this bring a friend, I'm going to put the color at yellow. I'm going to change the color to yellow or probably orange. Let's see. All right, let me leave it at this orange. Okay. Now for this sun, for this and for Sunday, so I'm going to change this color to, let's say, gray ash, probably from here. All right, I think this is okay. Now this I want to reduce this a bit. I want it to be smaller than this. So I'm just going to drag and I'm going to reduce. All right, I think that's good. Now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to take my shape tool. We're going to draw right across this. Then I'm going to select this color that I used here. I'm going to select this. Okay. So I'm going to rotate this. Rotate it. Good. I'm going to place this here. All right. So now let me add my text. So I'm going to take my text and I'm going to write the word 7:00 a.m. prompt, prompt. Right. I think the 7 I'm supposed to put a colon there. So shift this. All right. So I'm going to select everything and then I'm going to change the color to white. Good. So let me just increase the size of this a bit. Let me increase the size of this. Good. Now I'm just going to rotate it, let it enter this. So I'm going to rotate it and then I'm going to drag and place it inside of this. Alright, now the next thing I want to do is I want to add a text. Okay. I want to add the text 10th September. I'm going to duplicate this and place it here. So I'm just going to write the word 10th September 2023. So 10th TH. The next line will be September full stop and 2023. Okay. So the text, I'm going to change the color back to this gray. I'm going to use this gray. Okay. But for the September, I'm going to be using the word blue, the text blue, the text color of blue. I'm just going to select this here. Let me drag this to this point. I think this is good. All right. I think that's okay. Now, one last thing to do before we end our design. So I'm just going to take my shape tool here. I'm going to select my triangle tool here. And then I'm just going to draw this. Okay, let me do this. All right. So let me duplicate this. I'm going to duplicate this. Alt duplicate. So let me centralize this. All right. Let me change the color to white. Let me duplicate again. So I'm just going to duplicate again. So this I'm just going to, okay, the black, I'm just going to duplicate, sorry. So the black, I'm going to duplicate here, Alt, and then let me place here. Good. Now let me duplicate the white also. Alt, duplicate, place here. Let me drag this down. Sorry. Ctrl Z. After duplicate, so I'm going to press Alt and then drag and place. Good. So this one here, I'm just going to drag this down. Okay. All right. So I'm going to merge everything together. Shift. I'm going to select everything and then I'm going to convert to a smart object. Now I'm just going to select the black portions and then I'm going to separate it, add the layer mask. Okay, that's good. So this is what I wanted to create. This is what I wanted to create. So I'm just going to add a color overlay here. From here, I'm going to go to my, from here, I'm going to go to my color overlay and then I'm going to select the gray color. So I'm going to click here and then I can just use my pick tool to just pick here. Pick the gray here. So let me just select this. All right. I think that's okay. So I'm just going to click on OK and then I'm going to rotate this to get a perfect angle. I'll place mouse on shift and then I'm going to rotate this. Okay. So I'm just going to reduce this. Let me drag this and drop here. So I'm going to drag this and drop here. So let me just drag. Let me bring this closer. All right. This is okay. So we can decide to increase this. And then okay. All right. So that's that for our design of today. So thank you for staying to the end of the class. I hope you learned something new. I'll see you in the next video. Please do well to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video. Have a wonderful day.